Welcome to Flip Flop Topics. Welcome back. Today's topic could be called a journey between a father and son, right? About coming from two different views in life. See, I was raised from the streets. Pops, he was raised with the family and was in the military with a Marine mindset. So I don't know my pops. I'm 46. I probably known him for altogether maybe 3 years. So we clashed. And we didn't get along, right? So this is for the ones that, for the fathers and son out there that, that really need to hear a story like it. You know what I mean? And hopefully could understand to make a bond regardless of where in the fuck you guys came from. You know what I mean? Still blood. So like I said, I come from a place where survival teaches you more than any classroom ever could, right? I didn't grow up with a comfort, consistent, or even a clear direction. I was raised by the streets, where your eyes stay open, but your back always stay guarded. You feel me? And your heart hardens fast, real quick. I battled addiction. I faced real corruption, not just in the system, but in people in general. In broken promises. And in myself. Life hit me raw and unfiltered, right? Every scar I carry tells a story. Some pain, some lessons, and some moments I'm still trying to heal from. My pops, on the other hand, came from a whole different world. Raised with structure, surrounded by family, molded by the discipline of the Marine Corps. To him, life was about rules, respect, responsibilities. He believed in order. And that's all good. He moved with purpose and precision. That's also good too. And to be real, for a long time, he couldn't understand me. To him, I looked like a rebellion, like a disappointment, like a wild card that didn't follow the blueprint. And to me, hey, it felt cold, distant. Like he couldn't see the war I was fighting on the inside. He didn't care to understand the world I was forced to live in. You know what I mean? We clashed. Like a motherfucker, man. Like I said, I robbed him. But not just in words, but in spirit. Two men from different planets trying to speak the same language, but failing all the time. You know what I mean? But God has his way of working through even the most broken bonds. You feel me? I started to find my light, not from the world, but from within. I began to change, not because someone told me to, but because I realized the streets were lying to me all this time. I realized the pain I carried wasn't mine to hold forever. I started listening to that voice deep in my soul. The one that said, you weren't made, you were made for more. You got purpose. And slowly, but slowly though, he began to see me differently. You know what I mean? He saw that even though I didn't walk his path, I walked my own. You know what I mean? I'm writing my own story, my own chapters. And I only could write the details in life. Just me. I survived it. He saw the man behind the mistakes, the son behind the struggle. And eventually, he came to a place of that realization that no matter how different our lives were, no matter how far apart we stood, I was still his son. And he still loved me. And that moment changed everything. Because it all boils down to resolve a conflict between a father and a son has to come to the main core. It has to come from the father, because he's the one that brought you to this world. And without his acknowledgement, it would never be. So I'm thankful for that. But we might not fully agree on everything though. Granted, he still has his ways. I have mine. I still but now there's a bridge between us though now that we could cross back and forth, built on understanding and respect, and on something deeper than words. Love. You mean? A love that didn't come easy, but one that's real and earned. You know what I mean? This journey it wasn't pretty. It was fucked up. Fucked up. But the story is powerful though. And I know now that God, he never left me. Never left Pops. But not in the addiction, not on the streets, not in silence, but between me and my Pops. He was working in healing. But today, I stand as a testimony, you feel me? That not just a survival, but willing to stay and accept what happened in the past, Let bygones be bygones. You know what I mean? Can't live in the past. And how our love can find a way through the pain. On how a father and son raised in different worlds can finally meet on a common ground and say, we're not perfect. These are real life stories, and that's more than enough. You feel me? So, hopefully these words inspire, you know what I mean, the fathers out there, the sons. Fuck the judgment. Like I said, that's not our job. You know what I mean? Live now, the day, for tomorrow. Because we're blood. I mean, that's fam bam. Regardless of anything, we're blood. So I hope you guys like this video. I want to conclude it right here. And you guys have a good one. And like I said, never be proud of yourself with no food for thought. I'll keep on pushing. And I always ask questions. Alright? See you on the next one.